Welcome to 2024, another year of madness. That's 100% a fact, and thanks for sticking with me for such a long time. Hopefully you spent your holiday time with your family, and if you didn't, just keep in mind that there is a family in heaven waiting for you. If you're born again, of course. Not so much for the wicked people out there. And something I want to say before this video starts: your prayers lifted me up tremendously when I was sick. Thanks to you, I quickly got back on my feet again. The next day I woke up without fever, and as if this heaviness that I was having was removed from me. And so thank you, brothers and sisters, for helping me, a brother, out. I appreciate that. And you know, when you're just laying in bed all the time, having fever, vomiting, not eating much because you know that you'll throw up afterwards, you start to remember and thank the Lord for health that He has given you and how much you take it for granted. You don't want anything and you can't do anything. You just want this sickness to end as soon as possible. So let's not forget how much we actually have, and let's give thanks even for the little things that God has blessed us with. That's all I wanted to say. Let's get back to the video. What do people like Conor McGregor, Dana White, Mike Tyson and Donald Trump have in common? What do sports in general have in common with politics? That's the question we'll try to answer today. At first it seems that these two are completely unrelated. But of course, as always, if you follow the money, all the big players end up in the same room.
To introduce to you the next president of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump. Not for him so much as his people, but he's the leader that will lead us to the promised land. Let's get rid of this system, and he's the man to do it.
As soon as I come into the ring, I'm gloved. No, stop it. That's not true. While I'm in the dressing room, 5 minutes before I come out, my gloves are laced up. I'm breaking my gloves down. I'm pushing the lever at the back of my glove, breaking the middle of the gloves for my knuckle could pierce through the leather. I feel my knuckle piercing against the tight leather gloves on the everlast boxing glove. When I come out, I have supreme confidence, but I'm scared to death. I'm totally afraid. I'm afraid of everything. I'm afraid of losing. I'm afraid of being humiliated, but I'm totally confident. The closer I get to the ring, the more confidence I get. The closer, more confidence I get. The closer, more confidence I get. All during my training, I've been afraid of this man. I thought this man might be capable of beating me. I've dreamed of him beating me, but I always stayed afraid of him. But the closer I get to the ring, I'm more confident. Once I'm in the ring, I'm a god. Once I'm in the ring, I'm a god. No one could beat me. I keep my eyes on him, I keep my eyes on him, I keep my eyes on him. Then once I see a chink in his armor, boom, and one of his eyes may move, and then I know I have him. Then when he comes to the center of the ring, he still looks at me with his piercing look, and as if he's not afraid, but he already made that mistake when he looked down for that 1/10 of a second. I know I had him. He'll fight hard for the first 2 or 3 rounds, but I know I already broke his spirit.
Well, a capacity crowd gathered inside for the Tyson McNeely bout. Another huge crowd gathered outside for the Celebrity Watch. What did you think of the fight?
I thought it was great. I thought it was an exciting fight. I don't know why the guy stepped in the ring, but Mike's a hell of a fighter. Let's not kid ourselves. It can't be fun.
All praise be to my children. I love you. Oh God, man, what?
Is this your shortest fight ever? In any time, amateur, professional ever?
Assalamu alaikum, Maida. I don't know, man. Yeah, Lennox Lewis. Lennox, I'm coming for you.
Mike, is it frustrating to train like you did and then have this in 7 or 8 seconds?
For this fight, I only trained probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks for this fight. I had to bury my best friend. and I dedicated this fight. I wasn't going to fight. I dedicated this fight to him. I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lennox is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
Are you saying now, Mike, the bike?
That's right. My favorite part coming up right now. Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Watch me beat Peter McNeely on Samsonite cable.
No, salmon.
Put your mother in a straight jacket, you punk-ass white boy. Come here and tell me that if I fuck you in your ass, you punk white boy, you faggot. You can't touch me, you're not man enough. I eat your asshole alive, you bitch. Fuck you, you hoe. Come and say in my face, fuck you, ass for that, everybody. You bitch, come on, you bitch. You scared coward. You not man enough to fuck with me. You can't last 2 minutes in my world, bitch. Look at you scared now, you hoe. Scared like a little white pussy. Scared of the real man. I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot. I don't want to. No. Man, get off me. Get off my hand. I ain't doing it, you scumbag. You.
I think most of us agree that modern-day gladiators entertaining the crowd switched from Coliseum to boxing rings, mixed martial arts octagons, basketball arenas, and NFL stadiums. In my opinion, no athlete should be paid millions of dollars for catching, kicking, or throwing a ball, or kicking another man in the head for that reason. It's filled with pride and competition. And you just heard how Mike Tyson just said that he wants to destroy his opponent and eat his children. Not very much in line with scripture, is it?
The guys you were in the ring with.
I wanted to kill them.
Well, I can tell!
And I find it interesting that Mike Tyson was raised Catholic before converting to Islam and traveling to Arabic countries to kneel before the black cube of Saturn. And those that know, well, you know that Islam was created by Roman Catholicism as basically a henchman, a powerful force for Catholic crusades. But it got out of hand for Catholics when Islam started rebelling. Both religions venerate Mary, the so-called Queen of Heaven, ancient Babylon goddess Semiramis.
All right, so you have faith in a God, right?
Allah, yes.
Allah. So now you were raised Catholic. That's been
Yes.
a switch, hasn't it?
Yes.
How did that happen? Did it happen here?
Yeah, you know what? Let's go back to Catholic. I was raised Catholic, basically in my home in Brooklyn. But at that particular time, I was running the streets. Religion never had no impact on me. Then I met Don King. Then he basically put me in this situation, a state of religion. He thought it would be good, but I was champ of the world. I was in another state.
You didn't need that jazz.
I didn't need that stuff, and plus I didn't understand it. So being in here put me in a confinement, put me in a situation to understand Islam, to become a Muslim, and probably becoming a Muslim, and to know the situation of the Muslims in this world, and we're becoming extinct. And because other Muslims are allowing it to happen. But you have to understand, there's religion, but there's always a contradiction in religion. Where you look at one set of people who's supposed to be the same belief, have the same belief as another set, but we preach totally different. But who are we to say who's wrong? But who are we to doubt someone else's faith?
Did you think you'd be overturned?
Listen, can I say something?
Please.
I accept the good, expect the worst, okay? When the good happens, it happens, you know what I mean? But listen, I don't expect anybody who put me in prison, if someone puts me in here, and the more polite I am to and the kindness, the more I lay back, that's not going to make them take their foot off their neck. That's going to make you want to crush them more. If you're in a fight with somebody and you hurt them, the objective of the fight is not to back off and let them recoup. The objective is to smash into oblivion.
But the law says if you made a mistake, you rescind
Whose
them.
law said that? The law of the United States?
Yeah.
Or who controls the law of the United States?
Legislatures?
Yeah,
Supreme Court?
legislators that have their whole own agenda. Laws mean nothing. You give me the currency of a country and you can make all the rules in the world. And that's all that matters. Who's in control?
So then you'll be surprised if this hearing comes out in your favor.
Absolutely.
So what's the deal between Mike Tyson and Donald Trump? Well, as any businessman would say, what's the return on my investment? In this case, the investment was Mike Tyson.
What is it about Mike Tyson that brings people to him? Why are they drawn to Mike Tyson?
Well, there's a certain charismatic way that Mike has that I haven't seen in very many people. I mean, it's beyond even as a fighter. He's an incredible fighter. He's a great machine as a fighter, really. And that's all you can say. He's just an incredible fighter. But he's got a magnetism, and it's a personal magnetism, and he's fantastic. This is why everyone's here.
What made you come out? Are you a big fight fan? Or
Well, he's a friend of
him?
mine. He's been a friend of mine over the years. I thought he was very unfairly convicted. I never felt that what happened to him was right, based on various evidence and everything else. But he's a hell of a guy. He did it. He didn't complain. He didn't make lots of apologies. Other people would have sat in a corner and cried. This guy's tough. And he took it like a man, and he got out, and here he is back again. So we'll see what happens. But I think he's going to be very strong and very strongly back.
He's back for good, do you think?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Have a good time.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Speaking of fights, explain to me now what you were thinking about the Mike Tyson situation. Shortly after the verdict was announced that he had been convicted, he was guilty of the crime, you had a plan. Now, what were you thinking?
What was I thinking?
Yeah.
I was thinking that as soon as he gets out, he's going to fight at my casinos.
Yeah, but you can't buy your way through.
Of course, I'm only kidding when I say that, folks.
I wish I could say that.
Mike Tyson was greeted at his door at 1 o'clock in the morning by a woman. He then...
Well, we don't need to go through the case again.
But it's ridiculous. The woman was dancing at 8 o'clock, and this guy's in jail for 6 years. I don't understand it. I think it's wrong. I think
but due process of law prevailed. So
I
then
think
you
he had
came
one of the worst defense lawyers I have ever seen. This was the worst defense. I mean, their defense essentially was that anybody that goes out with Mike Tyson knows she's going to be raped, and therefore Mike Tyson, this is his defense. I think it was a horrible job they did in defending him.
Everything you say may be true, but still in all, you can't come in and say, okay, let's put the decision of the court aside. Here, I have a plan.
I never said that.
I think that was the impression people had of that.
What I said really is that Mike Tyson should fight. Mike Tyson should supply millions and millions and millions of dollars to rape victims, and I think that's a hell of a lot better than him sitting in a jailhouse for 6 years. Now, let him do some time, let him do some this, but this man could supply $30 million just from one fight. And that solves a lot more problems than keeping him locked up in solitary confinement doing nothing. I think that Mike Tyson had a horrible defense. I think he had a horrible
but
defense
again, what you're saying is that celebrities maybe should be treated differently than lay people.
And I say Mike should serve some time and everything else. But to keep a man, here's a woman that was dancing at his door at 1 o'clock in the morning dancing.
We don't need to get into this. We don't need to get into this.
But that's an important thing.
Hey, don't get me hot, okay?
Now I want you to pay close attention to this segment. It's really important. Listen how Tyson carefully explains the gang mentality in the world of boxing, or any other competitive sports really. It makes absolute sense. It's what's happening all the time behind the scenes.
What do you think about 50 being into the boxing business now, man? Like, you know, he's a boxing promoter now. What do you think about that? 50 Cent, man.
Listen, I wish 50 Cent the best luck in the world in this endeavor that he's doing. But this is something that 50 Cent has to know. That when you're dealing with something like boxing and you're dealing with human beings, you know, we call it peddling in flesh. Even though you're paying them, it's still, you know, dealing in flesh, you know.
Wow.
People are life in general is very short and it's unpredictable, but life is more unpredictable than it is short. So you have to understand you're dealing with human beings, so you're dealing with the probability of anything happening. Wow. And you have to also know this about boxing. It's the only business in the world. It's the only business, legalized business, that everything is not always on top of the table. There's always something under the table.
Some secret shit going
There's
on.
always, it's not going to work.
Wow.
This is how it works.
And why is that in 2012 that, you know, boxing is still
It should be taken over by the government, I believe.
You know, it doesn't have like a governing body like the NFL or the NBA.
Exactly. Just like, look, 50 Cent is this is like 50 is he's a rap star. 50 is an entertainer. 50 is a entrepreneur. And 50 don't really know the ins and outs of boxing. He knows probably what Floyd tells him. But once he gets in this arena,
it's a rap.
Once he gets in this arena, anybody that was ever his friend that's on the other side is his enemy. Their job is to totally decimate him financially and get him out of the business.
Yo, that's crazy.
All right, so now any fighters or anybody that's a possible, if they're not on your team, this is what it is. It's a gang. Boxing was developed from gangs. You know, the old Irish guys, old Dutch guys. It was a guy named Jim Bleacher.
Wow,
and he always put his slash on his corner. So that's how we got the red and blue corner. But you know what the red means? That's my gang. That's the representation of the gang, my political gang. If I win this fight, like the ancient, if I win this fight against your champion, it's all gangs. Gangs. It's all originated from gangs. The whole world. If my gang wins this fight, we own the whole district until you get a champion that could beat my fighter. If you don't want to accept that challenge, my gang against your gang, then a lot of people die. So they pick their champion and his champion, and the red represents, and the blue, Democrat and Republican.
Get the fuck out of here.
And that was all.
That's what the corners represent. No one knows that, but it represents Democrat and Republican.
After hearing this confession, or whatever you might call it, how could any Christian continue by supporting this rigged garbage? You can't. It's wicked and it's a waste of time. For what is highly esteemed among men is an abomination in the sight of God.
Fighters in general, when you think about the issue, they're whores to the system. They don't know. They have no concept of what's going on in the business. The only thing they know is put on gloves. Most fighters going to wind up broke, and that's something that's going to continue to happen as long as the game is here, because boxing is the only sport that's unorganized. You know what I mean? You don't have to be a college professor, you know what I mean? Guys, lawyers, you know what I mean, get out of their field, they retire from their field, the law field, and come into boxing because they feel that's the easy way they can make a dollar, because they could pimp the fighters.
What were you thinking?
What was I thinking?
Yeah.
I was thinking that as soon as he gets out, he's going to fight at my casinos.
Yeah, but you can't buy your way through.
Of course, I'm only kidding when I say that, folks.
Sports athletes are selling their souls just as much as those who are in Hollywood or in the music industry. It's another branch of the same tree, the money-making tree with a bunch of slaves. Because for the love of money is the root of all evil. That's why even if these entertainers see that there's something wrong with the industry, they keep it quiet. You know, you might be forced to do some sodomy with a producer and then get blackmailed, but hey, gotta get that paycheck because they want that big house, fame and recognition. And you know, after many years of doing this and watching these people, I am convinced that celebrities are the biggest egomaniacs out there, the biggest hypocritical narcissists on the planet, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God.
How's Mike look?
Mike looks excellent. He's in good shape, good frame of mind. If you don't stand for something, you don't live for nothing.
So he's ready, right?
He's been ready. Very sharp. He knocked out 3 sparring partners all in one day.
Couldn't hurt now.
Oh man, they're changing him like, going in and out like a slot machine. But Joe Liz said you can run, but you can't hide. So all we gotta do is bring the prophecy to those words to reality.
Ali got me into boxing. I was in Sparfield, that's a juvenile place in the Bronx. When Ali came there, and when I saw him, I said, I want to be champion of the world.
Mike Tyson is our hero. He's our knight in shining armor. When he strikes a blow, he strikes a blow for all those who are discriminated against, all those who are segregated against, all those who are the downtrodden, the underprivileged, and denied. He fights like a gladiator, like our white brothers can appreciate. This guy comes to fight. He comes naked with his shoes on. He's a gladiator. He signifies what he's about.
I don't blame Holyfield and Buster Douglas for hating him, because I was taught to hate Don King when I was in the business. Everything's totally against us. We're 2 black guys from the ghetto and we're hustling, and they don't like what we're saying, you know what I mean? We're not like prejudiced, anti-white, we're just pro-black.
I love white people. I love them like they love me. Here you have a young man named Mike Tyson, who has been a very credible champion, a credible challenger, and now is waiting his turn again. What they're trying to do is to get a groundswell of public opinion to avert and circumvent ever fighting Mike Tyson.
Birds to come over here, they must not be hungry anymore.
Yeah, that's right, feed the birds. This is fantastic. Another war, man, inside and outside the ring, but we shall continue to prevail. Working together works. Well, you and I together, undeniably, is a combination that's unbeatable.
I got rid of them, and then I got caught up with this other piece of shit, Don King, who's just a wretched, slimy, reptilian motherfucker, right? This is supposed to be my brother, my black brother, right? He's just a bad man. He's a real bad man. He abused you, and he would throw you. He would kill his mother for $1. He's ruthless. He's deplorable. He doesn't know how to love anybody. That's just the way he is.
The greatest country in the world, man. This is America, baby.
We got 2 title fights coming up at UFC 295 here in a matter of moments, live from Madison Square Garden. And President Trump will be here to witness all of it.
I don't like the way this stuff is going, right? But I like Donald Trump, you know? Donald Trump stood up for me when they talked bad about me, and people said, what do you think about this convicted rapist? Said he was for you. He sponsored, he said, he accepted my, vouching for it. He accepted that and said, Mike is my friend, and I respected that. But listen, you look at a guy like me, where I came from, all the felons I got, this guy's president, he's a nominee. He's just campaigning. He's not president yet, but he's just campaigning. He says all these, cool things. I like Mike Tyson. He likes me. We're both, it's good stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's campaign. And then what am I going to say? Fuck him. He's a racist pig. I can't find myself to say that.
Right.
I can't say that.
Right.
I can't say that.
Right.
I'm not going to be one of those guys to say that.
Right.
He should be president of the United States. That's what he should be.
So he's got your vote?
Yeah, hell, big time. Why wouldn't anybody like that? A guy that came from where he came from and doing what he's doing, and now this is where he's at now. Know what that means? That don't mean he's a bad guy, the people don't know what they're doing. That means the people are tired of what you've been doing, what we've been doing the last 20 years. Mm-hmm. That's all it says. Let's try something new. We tried Obama, right? Time for a change, so we got to change. So now let's try something new.
Right.
Let's run America like a business, where no colors matters. Whoever could do the job gets the job.
Mm-hmm. So you're endorsing Trump, essentially?
I would, yeah.
DeSantis hit you again and again on this $8 trillion figure and call you a big government Republican.
Yeah.
What do you say to that?
I say very simply, we were starting to pay down debt. We were going to pay down a lot of debt. When COVID came along, if I didn't inject this country with money, you would have had a depression, the likes of which you've never seen. You had to inject money. We gave businesses that were going bankrupt, temporarily bankrupt, but they needed money. We helped businesses. If I didn't do that, you would have had a depression in this country. That was a very good investment.
Let's run America like a business.
And now what they should be doing, instead of the kind of debt that they're building at record levels, they should be paying down their debt, and they ought to go into the energy business instead of this green new scam business that they're in.
But what about the future?
Today I want to update you on the next stage of this momentous medical initiative. It's called Operation Warp Speed. That means big and it means fast. A massive scientific, industrial, and logistical endeavor unlike anything our country has seen since the Manhattan Project. You really could say that nobody's seen anything like we're doing, whether it's ventilators or testing. Nobody's seen anything like we're doing now within our country since the Second World War. Its objective is to finish developing and then to manufacture and distribute a proven coronavirus vaccine as fast as possible. Again, we'd love to see if we could do it prior to the end of the year. I think we're going to have some very good results coming out very quickly.
End of the year is when he was out of office and was just buying time, till America started blaming Sleepy Joe.
He's just some guy like us that became president. And he was good to everybody when he was giving them free tickets and free hotel rooms. He just became a president, and I guess his politics changed or whatever it is. But I always remember him from being a good guy, paying me a lot of money. Right. You know what I mean? help giving my friends rooms and free food, you know, so I know the president and who he was, and I know that guy too. You know, that's just the real deal. Every time you talk about Trump, people go to, what's that stuff again? They click you and they stop you, whatever it is. See, that's why I could cancel you, motherfucker.
Oh, they can put a fucking Donald Trump into the White House, you know what I'm saying? Because
no, Donald Trump put himself in the White House. Everybody was against him being in the White House, even the people that was with him.
Facts. He was placed there.
They thought he lost.
They thought he lost.
They thought he lost, and all of a sudden they said, "What? I won?"
And even that must have been like one of the biggest puppets. They always say all our presidents are, but Donald Trump had to have people talk for him. There's no way
he wasn't listening to them. You don't understand. This guy said, well, who's going to tell him to say that shit?
We're at the UFC fight this weekend in Miami. And then all of a sudden, eruption.
It was nuts.
Because this guy named Donald Trump walked in. 21,000 phones were lifted. Everybody's got their cameras on, shaking hands. People are trying to spot. Is that Mel Gibson that just shook his hand?
Yeah.
That's Mike Tyson sitting next to him. Of course, Masvidal gives a speech.
Also, I want to say, greatest president in the history of the world, sitting right there. I love that guy.
The crowd starts losing their mind. Literally, the place is going crazy. Absolutely bonkers.
Well, we were at the UFC fight in Miami, and you walked up with Trump, and that place lost their mind when you guys walked. I don't know if you...
Hey, listen, Trump is, people don't like, but Trump is the man. Trump is the man. He has this fan base, he has his supporters, and they're going to stick with him to the end.
How has he been to you over the years?
Hey, I never had a bad moment with him.
You've never had a bad moment?
No. Did you became very profited from him? Yes, it was just a great relationship.
When did you guys initially meet? What was the first encounter?
I must have been 19, 20, but I just had dinner with him a week ago.
In Mar-a-Lago? Where were you?
In Mar-a-Lago.
How was that?
That was awesome. Me, him, Byron. Byron and his mother, Baron and his mother, and it was just off the hook. Baron, he's so smart. The young kid,
Baron is smart.
Oh, Baron.
You knew that? You knew that?
He's 7 feet tall now, or
no,
not yet?
6'8".
He's 6'8".
But you knew he was very intelligent?
I've heard a lot of weird stories about
man, this kid they were saying that this kid's autistic. This guy's on top of this game intellectually.
At 16 years old.
17.
17 now, got it.
Was Melania there at dinner?
Yeah, she was there as well.
How was your interaction with her? What's
awesome.
she like?
Awesome. It's like the president's wife, the first lady.
Do you have a similar kind of relationship with the current president, Joe Biden?
Listen.
Have you guys had dinner?
I didn't have the opportunity to actually meet President Biden. I briefly met his son, Hunter. And hey, listen, we're out here. We're trying to make this the best country we possibly can. And there's certain people that believe they can do it better, and that's just what this is all about.
Inspiration of a lot of people. I brought some other people, some other interviewers who are going to help me out because you're an inspiration to them too. Fellas, come here for a minute.
This is a surprise.
And I mean, of course, when you're in such a high position as Mike Tyson is, you have to play by Satan's rules to stay afloat, to stay known, stay in that celebrity status. Notice the fact that no other so-called gods with little g are mocked as much as Jesus Christ. And why? It's a dead giveaway who the real God is. They even go as far as using Christ's name for cursing, and by them doing so, they prove that Jesus is in fact the real God. No one uses the name of Allah or Buddha when they're bitter.
Who would have won if you fought this man in your prime? What would you say, Mike?
I by no means, I'm vain. I know I'm great, but can I tell you something? In this situation, every head must bow, every tongue must confess. This is the greatest of all time. In this situation, every head must bow, every tongue must confess. This is the greatest. In this situation, every head must bow, every tongue must confess. This is the greatest of all time.
You're going to really
really talk about everything that you've been through.
Everything. Because I was hoping to write that book. When I get in that book and stuff, I'm just going to always remember that there's going to be a chapter, Jesus reigns supreme. I'm a Muslim too, but this is something that I realized, that Jesus reigns supreme, because over my times when I talk about my sexapades and all that stuff, I don't care what religion the girl was, Muslim, Buddha, Christian, Jewish, they always said Jesus. Oh, Jesus, Lord, Jesus, Jesus. Holy God, please stop, Jesus. Lord, help, please. No, stop, Jesus. It's just,
You completely had me. I thought you were sharing a religious epiphany.
No, I'm just saying.
And it's a vaudeville bit.
God damn, when you're in Jesus, no, please, they got me. I don't know, man. I just, my wife's gonna kill me for this.
Yeah.
For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. A little reference to scriptures. And what you are about to watch is a sick and disgusting Australian ad for medical establishment.
Excuse me, down here. Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yes, my son. I am here for you. Literally.
Have you thought about maybe becoming an organ donor?
Is this really the best time to bring this up?
Oh, we get it. You know, no one wants to talk about death. But, you know, not all of us are going to the eternal paradise, and your organs could save the lives of up to 6 people.
Seven people. Not to mention how your bones and soft tissue and ligaments could change the lives of many others.
And corneas, you'll help blind people see.
What a miracle!
Obviously, I would do it. I'm Jesus.
Yes, you're Jesus, you know. Yeah, you've helped the lepers. But this is very specific.
How?
What, have you gone online and signed the organ donor registry?
The organ what?
The organ donor registry.
Isn't it on my license?
It used to be. Now you got to go online, but it's very simple.
Common misconception. Except in South Australia, that's still on the license.
South Australia.
Have you got a smartphone?
Of course we have a smartphone, and we've taken the liberty of pre-filling the form. So all you got to do is press the little button.
Bring it here.
Just stretch that little finger.
There you go. One more.
Oh, nice.
Thank you, Jesus. You're a good guy.
Is that it then?
Oh, sorry, there's one more little thing.
What?
Your family has to be on board for this.
Really?
We've also anticipated this bit, and we have a surprise for you. Here's your mum and dad.
Hello, mother. Hello, earthly father. Did you follow all this?
Yeah, we got the general gist of it. You want to be an organ donor?
We think that's awesome.
Happy now?
We are so proud of the work that you've done today. You're going to change the lives of so many people. Do you mind if I get a selfie?
Why not?
Ah, yes, thanks so much.
3, 2, 1.
Organ donors. Yeah, nice. Hey, listen. Hashtag register.
Hashtag dying to live.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed, you said. Nailed it.
See you, Jesus. Thanks again.
You have to believe in yourself. You have
Definitely.
to believe. No, you have to believe that you're here for a purpose, to enrich the world. No, you have to believe this deep down. This is why I'm born. This is why you're across from me. This is why you're across from me. Why do you think you're here? You think you're here by osmosis? This is just, you're lucky, and this is the break that you had in your life, and you and me are across from me. Because that's what you want. That's what you wanted, right?
Oh yeah.
And that's what happened. And it's the same thing with the championship.
Definitely.
It's the same thing. It's like this. When the champ, it comes to you. Your destiny is in your mouth and in your mind. Keep your thoughts to yourself.
Yeah.
Once people know your thoughts and how you feel about yourself, they're trying to block them.
Yes,
and you give them information to block it. So you don't let them know your thoughts. Never let no one know your thoughts. You keep your thoughts to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't let nobody invade your privacy.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm deep.
You have to believe this. And you have to know this. One thing I'm gonna tell you, and this is spiritual, right?
Yeah.
See all your stuff, all your fights. See all your fights and stuff. All your knockouts is spectacular. Know what that means? All this good stuff happening to you. Know what that means? That you're favored by God. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You know that, right? But this is something that you may not know too. When you're favored by God, you're also favored by the devil. he's coming for you too. So you just gotta be strong and stay on the right side. Whose side you gonna go on? He's gonna give you power too. He's gonna get in your head too, but it's whose side you gonna stay with. You stay with who brought you here. You go home with the guy that brought you to the dance. You know? Oh, you're powerful. He wants you. He's coming at you. He's gonna tell you, he's gonna tell you how beautiful you are, and he's gonna tell you, I made you beautiful. So you do what I say. I'm not gonna let you get all this fame, and I'm not gonna enjoy this pleasure either. He might want you to fuck somebody you're not supposed to fuck, but I want to fuck her. You know, if they get in your head, and they make you believe you deserve it. Why don't you deserve it? Didn't Mike Tyson tell you no should be a foreign language? Oh, they talk to you like they're your best friend. You have to be disciplined. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. Say, maybe I'm gonna go home tonight. You know? Just remember, God loves you, so does he. He's after you too. It's a war. You gotta really believe that. If you don't believe it, you'll find out.
And you have to be smart to stay in the right side.
Need faith, because you're not smarter than Satan, brother. I know you may think you ain't smarter than Satan. You need faith. You need faith, brother. He's good. He knows your weakness. He knows you before you was existing. He knew your mother before you knew your father. He knows you before God knew your existence. They knew you together. They were there when they made you together. They know you. You can't have no secrets from him. You can't talk slick to him.
Yeah, but
he gives you all your thoughts probably sometimes.
What do you credit that to? Your mental clarity?
I attribute that to, first of all, God. No question about that. For me, this is my own personal means of trying to explain or articulate. It is God. I mean, I was in a brutal sport for over 40 years, and to have come out somewhat unscathed, it's truly a dream come true, a blessing. I mean, I've done all those things. I'm from the cocaine to I'm an alcoholic. I mean, those things I would never say because I was trying to take care of myself and being a publicist. But I talk about these things because you know why? Because they help other people.
Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's just beautiful that you came to this place in your life. We all come to this place in our life, and I guess it has to do with our mortality in some way. Do we want to know? Do we really believe that we're going to see God after we die? And if He sees us, is He going to be all right then with what He saw in my lifetime? And I know that's some nigga bullshit sometimes, but when I see you, I don't see that. I see somebody when I'm 12 years old. I saw you fight Wilfredo Benitez. I was locked up. What was that in 79?
79, yes.
I'm locked up, so when I'm 13 years old, I'm locked up in juvenile. I'm watching the fight. He wins the title, but he's fighting a master. No one's saying he's fighting a guy who's champion of the world at 17, not amateur, professional. So, and he's probably 21 now, fighting you, right? And he's fighting. I can't even talk.
Oh my God! I mean, I love you, man, and I support you.
Oh no. You inspired me so fucking much, nigga. I saw you fight Turan. It changed my life. I said, this is what I'm gonna be. This is fucking me, nigga. Because of you. Who are you? You might not think you're nobody, nigga. I love you. I've been jealous of you all my life, nigga, because you're so beautiful. You stupid. You don't even understand, man. You're immoral to me. I shouldn't be on here with you because I'm in love with fighters. Because this is what fighters did to me. Look at my shit. This is what fighting did for me. This is my shit. You're on my show, nigga.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
So when I see you, I love you. It's like I worship you, nigga. He do 2 punches that sound like one. You know how magnificent your speed have to be for that? That you don't even know that about fighting, do you? That didn't even come to your mind to make 2 punches sound like one. The ultimate knockout puncher.
The ultimate knockout punch. Don't get hit by that. Don't get hit by that.
Listen, I'm a fucking student of war. I know all the warriors from Charlemagne, Achilles, the #1 warrior of all warriors. From then, Alexander, Napoleon, I know them all. I read them all. I studied them all. I know the art of fight. I know the art of war. That's all I ever studied. That's why I'm so feared. That's why they feared me when I was in the ring, because I was an annihilator. That's all I was born for. And now those days are gone. It's empty. I'm nothing. I'm working on being the art of humbleness. Can you believe in me? That's the reason why I'm crying, because I'm not that person no more. And I miss him. Because sometimes I feel like a bitch. Because I don't want that person to come out, because if he comes out, hell is coming with him. And it's not funny at all. It must sound cool, like I'm a tough guy. It's just, I hate that guy. I'm scared of him.
I can't be the only one feeling that Mike is hinting at his alter ego somehow. Sounds to me like he does, if a man is afraid so much of his past self. Plus, one of the biggest traumas he had was with the death of his 4-year-old daughter. And what do the biggest names out there have to do for fame? We've seen it hundreds of times already. The blood sacrifice.
Mike Tyson's 4-year-old daughter has died one day after what police called a tragic accident. The little girl was found Monday morning by her brother with her neck caught in an exercise machine cable. The accident happened at Tyson's home in Phoenix. Members of the quiet community say they were stunned by the news.
They always play with her, and it's just really sad to hear that. Mike is a personal friend of mine. It's just really sad, really sad. My condolences go out to him.
Exodus Tyson was discovered on the treadmill by her 7-year-old brother. Her mom tried to perform CPR, but the child had reportedly stopped breathing by the time the ambulance arrived. She was taken to this hospital where doctors described her condition as extremely critical. Mike Tyson was out of town at the time, but rushed back home from Las Vegas when he learned what had happened to his daughter.
He looked sad. He just looked sad and very quiet. He spoke very, very softly.
Investigators searched the family's home shortly after the accident, but they say they didn't find anything suspicious. Tyson has asked for privacy as his family tries to deal with the loss.
What was the biggest beatdown you've ever had, whether it be physically or emotionally or spiritually?
I lost my 4-year-old daughter. She accidentally killed herself by accident.
Oh, man.
She on a treadmill. She didn't know how to work it, and she had hurt.
Wow.
So after that, I didn't know what to do. I just didn't know what to do.
How'd you recover from that?
I haven't. I just know in order to make her happy, I have to do good things and be positive.
Yeah.
The anchor in Tyson's life today is someone much different. His wife, Kiki, who knows her husband so well that she wrote the show.
And just hold it in your hand for the scene.
She goes from city to city on the tour and fine-tunes Tyson's performance in rehearsal.
What do you feel more comfortable doing?
Let's just try and see what happens.
All right, so try that real quick.
And on show nights, she's in the wings, guiding her husband through every step through a receiver in his ear.
What does she say to you?
Reel it in. Cut the shit. You know?
Does she say
Stop
that?
being a fool.
She keeps him as close to the script as she can and coaches him through the toughest moments, like when the story turns to the death of his 4-year-old daughter from a previous relationship, who somehow got entangled in a cable on a treadmill at her mother's home and strangled herself.
But in all actuality, there's nothing in life can prepare you for the death of a child.
One time, I tried to direct him to turn around and look at the picture, and he wouldn't. So I didn't think he could hear me. So I said it again. I said it 3 times, and he didn't. And then I understood. If he did, it would break him down too much, and he wouldn't be able to get through.
And I don't want people to see me crying. I don't want to see that I'm an unprofessional actor and I can't do this stuff. And you're emotionally unstable fuck.
You're more people than all the sports. When we caught the show in Chicago, Tyson didn't break down. On stage, he manages to keep his emotions in check. After the show, he told me his secret. The guy you see on stage, he said, is only playing Mike Tyson, because that's a lot easier than being Mike Tyson.
So if I'm this guy portraying Mike Tyson, I don't get emotionally attached with the character.
So the guy I saw out there for the last hour and a half, that's somebody playing Mike Tyson?
Absolutely.
The past is never dead. In fact, it's not even past.
Cuss has been gone for a while, but is he still there when you walk on stage?
To some degrees. Listen, when I get teary-eyed about Cuss, it's not because I'm sad. It's because I don't understand how he come in my life and then left, and then here I am. I don't understand that to this day. What the hell is this guy? What was this all about?
You miss him.
I need questions answered.
You mean, how did it all happen?
How did you know I was the one?
The undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson!
In his old life, Tyson's fights brought in about $400 million, and somehow he blew just about all of his share. He went bankrupt, and now the Tysons are in hock to the IRS.
I'll never be wealthy again. That's a wrap, that's history, that's never gonna happen again.
So you're making a living doing the play?
No, that belongs to IRS. All that money goes right to them. I don't see none of it.
Really?
Really.
So you're working for the IRS right now?
Yeah, I'm a great client too. I work real hard.
Give me a round number of what you owe the IRS.
Oh, geez.
What's the, is it 6 figures or 7 figures?
It's 6.
6
No,
figures.
it's 7.
You owe millions?
Yeah.
Plural?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
3 million?
No comment.
But she has no problem commenting on another facet of their life together, the transformation of Mike Tyson. Listen to the words she wrote for her husband about how desperate he was to shed his demons and about how helpless he was to actually do it.
It would take many years with drugs and almost overdosing before something that really leveled in my head. I just wanted to get my life together, but I didn't know how to.
The Mike Tyson I see here in Las Vegas, this is not the Mike Tyson I saw in the old days. I mean, that guy was a self-described insane human being.
Yeah, I was insane.
But the Mike Tyson I see now is a thoughtful, civil, polite. What happened?
I don't know, it had to happen. You know what I mean? Something bigger than me is going on upstairs. I can't explain how it happened.
No, I'm sorry. You're a thoughtful guy. Take as much time as you want. Something happened in your life.
And then, with no warning, all the emotion he hides on stage came gushing out as he told me about the death of his 4-year-old daughter on May 26, 2009, a day that not only left him shattered, but also out of his mind.
This is my best thinking at the time. Get my gun, automatic, just like this, and just go crazy.
Who are you gonna hurt?
Regardless, that's just my first thought. But when I went to the hospital, the people that were there, they're up there because their kids are dead too, or about to die. So, who the hell am I? Their kids are dying too. I don't know. No. It's something happened that day. I don't know what happened that day.
But whatever happened that day, was there a new Mike Tyson that came the next day?
No, I did some cocaine for a week. I had to get high. I had to back then. I had to get high. I couldn't handle it at all. You have to go. You understand, right? Thank you. Thank you, man. You want to take this stuff off?
You okay?
It's okay.
Sir, Mike, I'm really sorry you're going through this.
Okay.
I'm sorry if we brought up...
It's okay. I gotta grow up. It's tough. Gotta be a man. Stop crying.
You're allowed to cry, Mike.
Mike Tyson was right about what he told me in Chicago. It really is harder to be Mike Tyson than to simply play Mike Tyson.
In the past, I have made several videos of MK Ultra athletes and celebrities acting weird in public. Moving forwards, this video might be somewhat in relation to that content, because in the next half of this video we shall probably see the most obvious example of public mind control I've ever seen. But before we do that, here's another proof that celebrities always have handlers nearby.
Like from Rihanna to like Green Day to, you know, but once I
definitely get drunk with Green Day.
Yes, that has
Green
to be.
Day want
That's on the
party with
books.
Cardi, get drunk with Green Day. They get it in. Oh, that's the private joint for like the for the people.
So there's
Okay,
a
for the
private
people.
one.
And there's one for the people that, you know, like, I'm really good. If you could send me a box of diapers, I would love it. Because it's like, oh, y'all wanted to know so bad. Why y'all want to know? I thought y'all want to know because y'all was going to give me a gift.
Be involved.
Y'all want to be involved so
get 'em,
bad, but
get 'em.
nobody asked me about no damn gift. What's
Get 'em,
good?
So is there going to be a public registry? Because I'm going to be honest with you. Take the gift cards. Fuck everybody's presents. Take the gift cards, take the gift cards, take the gift cards.
Yeah, because they might put, what's that thing that was going around in the early 2000s?
Okay, so he clapped 3 times to get her out of the state of trance. Keep that in mind watching this next clip.
Nobody asked me about no damn gift. What's
Get 'em,
good?
So is there going to be a public registry? Because I'm going to be honest with you. Take the gift cards. Fuck everybody's presents. Take the gift cards, take the gift cards, take the gift cards.
Yeah, because they might put, what's that thing that was going around? What's
Get 'em,
good?
I'm feeling great, I feel nervous, a little bit overwhelmed. I feel a little shaky, I don't know what's wrong with me. No, but it's good. It's good. You gonna get good. Things are gonna straight look great. It's good. You gonna get good. Things are gonna straight look great. It's good. You gonna get good. Things are gonna straight look great.
It's actually scary watching these people. It's like watching a bad, poorly rated horror movie. I don't know other analogies. I firmly believe that Tyson has fractured personalities, no doubt about it, but there is this video floating online where Mike Tyson's lookalike sexually assaulted a woman. Now call me crazy, but if this person is not Mike Tyson in the news report, then he's some kind of clone or a body double. Either they used the real Mike Tyson in this clip walking, or this is a 100% clone. Now, do I believe that clones exist as some kind of vessels for demonic spirits? Yeah, I do actually. I know that Hitler and Stalin had body doubles. The real leaders were giving speeches and the body doubles were participating in parades and all that stuff. But I believe it because in John chapter 6 it says, I will read it. Jesus answered them, "Have I not chosen you 12, and one of you is a devil?" Notice Jesus didn't say one of you is possessed with a devil. He said one of you is a devil. So Judas himself was a walking devil, Satan, a disciple of Jesus, who betrayed the Lord. So absolutely, there are some kind of vessels walking with us. Plus, animal cloning is nothing new. Also, one of the most popular presidents has cloned 5 of his dogs. And watch further to see who that guy is.
A woman claims a man who looks like Mike Tyson lured her into a sexual assault. Police say the man, claiming to be the former boxer's manager, invited a woman to an after-hours club in Houston over the weekend, and that is where the victim says the look-alike sexually assaulted her. Now, the look-alike even has a tattoo similar to the one Tyson has on his own face. The real Mike Tyson heard about the investigation and shared a photo taken with fellow celebrity Jenny McCarthy. It places him in Florida when the incident in Houston took place.
That Conor McGregor can't make it here on time. Speaking of the devil.
Here he is.
Sorry I'm late, I just don't give a fuck!
Conor, this question's for you, Conor.
While you were on your way here, Eddie said he was disappointed in the country of Ireland. What do you think about that?
I don't give a fuck what Eddie says. Who gives a fuck? The Irish are back. We've taken back control of New York City. I run New York City. I'm a fucking pimp. Rocking Gucci mink. And without me, this whole fucking ship sink.
The fight, do you see stopping him?
My fist is bigger than his head. I don't care what rule set it's under. I'm gonna teach him about true fighting.
You're not on my level. You will never be on my level. Period.
I am boxing.
Well, for this, and let's go and have a proper knock under specific rules to keep you alive.
I'm a fucking pimp, rocking Gucci mink, and without me, this whole fucking ship sink.
When it comes down to boxing, I'm the best at this.
Oh my God! The double champ does what the fuck he wants. That's what I dreamed it to be.
You are the same weight as Mayweather. You guys are the same, about the same weight.
Yeah, 145 pounds was the fight against Pacquiao, and my fight is 145 pounds.
Okay, so you're in the same weight class. What if you were in the ring with Floyd Mayweather? What do you think would happen? He's obviously one of the greatest boxers anyone's ever seen.
Well, if you're asking would I like to fight Floyd, I mean, who would not like to dance around the ring for $180 million?
Yeah.
It would be something that appeals to me.
I will do it, yeah.
But if we were to fight I certainly know he would not want to step into my world, the world of pure unarmed combat, where there is no limitations. But I most certainly would step into his world, and I would certainly box him if the opportunity arose, most certainly. I mean, who would not like to dance around the ring for $180 million?
Yeah.
On to the independent, Leo, and Conor McGregor has come out fighting.
So Conor McGregor outlines plan to become president of Ireland. It's amazing. So after the Dublin riots of whenever it was 10 days ago, he was attacked by the establishment. He was attacked by the establishment. They're basically weaponised hate crime laws to come after him. So because of his tweets, they say they're basically persecuting a dissident. So Irish politics is really anti-democratic at the moment. So it really needs an outsider, a sort of Javier Milei type, a Trump-type person to come in and shake things up. So it needs Conor McGregor to get in there and shake things up. I mean, being president in Ireland, it's not a particularly... you don't have a lot of power. It's not like being president of America. But I think the message it would send to the establishment would be just amazing.
Yeah. Him a little earlier, but you didn't know he was here. I just said, he's a champion, he's a winner. He's been a friend of mine for a long time. He's a tough cookie. He's the kind of people that made our country great, truly. They made our country great. He started off with 2 people fighting each other. Then he got 4 people fighting each other. Then he got them fighting each other. Then he got 6 and 8 and 12. All of a sudden, people started watching and looking, and I was proud to hold his first event. That's why he loves me. They said it's too dangerous, nobody would take it. I'm the only one who said, take it, we'll take it. And it was unbelievable. I went and I said, this is great, let's do it again. And he has been my friend for a long time. And they put together a phenomenal deal. It's called UFC. He's the UFC president. And they just sold the company. He started it off for about $30, and they just sold it for $4 billion. And the people that bought it said, we're not buying it unless Dana White stays back and runs it. So Dana White, come on up. He's now a very wealthy guy. Come here. Come on. You want to hear from him? Yes.
What's up, Colorado? How are you today? So, I'm not a very political person, I'll start there, but let me say this. There's things that I can tell you about the President of the United States that you don't hear on TV and you don't hear from other people. Like you said, I've known this man for 20 years. We've actually become even closer since he's become the President of the United States. When somebody becomes the President of the United States, you don't ever expect to hear from them again, okay? And I understand it. It absolutely makes sense. This guy is so loyal and such a good friend. Every time I see him, I saw him today. When I met him on Air Force One, the first thing he said to me is, how is your family? How is your family? Good man, very loyal, and a very good friend. I see a lot of things from Mr. Trump that the public doesn't see. And the people who surround me every day see how this man treats me as a friend and other people he's friends with. He's a fighter. He loves this country. He's doing great things for this country, and we got to win this election again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
So Conor McGregor would like to be Ireland's new president. Well, the fact that Dana White is Conor's secret handler, I could see that happening. Make Ireland great again, with brain-dead MKUltra victim Conor McGregor and Dana White on the side. As I stated before, this is the most severe and obvious mind control case I have witnessed.
O importante para mim é continuar sendo campeão. Eu nasci para isso, eu só sei fazer isso. I don't care if I know how to see with a belt, if I know how to dress up. That's the only thing I know.
Let me tell you something. I've been doing this for like 20 years, and I've never been a part of an interview where I felt this much tension in a room right now. Let me do something nice. I mean, let's do an intervention. Can we do this? Do something nice? Can you say one thing nice about Conor McGregor? Is there anything nice you can say about Conor McGregor?
Tem alguma coisa legal que você pode falar sobre o Conor McGregor?
Legal, acho que o legal que eu posso falar é que, com certeza, acho que ele deu uma movimentada nessa categoria, está trazendo muitas coisas para nós, não só para mim, mas para o UFC também. Então, isso é uma coisa boa.
I would say that he's highlighting the division because he talks so much that he is calling the attention of all the public and the media about the division.
All right, and Conor, can you respond? Say something nice about Jose, please? No? Okay, not happening. Dana, I know you're excited about this fight. I'm excited about this fight right now. It is going to go down UFC 189. I'm looking forward to it. Guys, thanks so much for coming here on the show on APG and not wrecking the sec. I really appreciate that. We got to finish the show here.
We are currently waiting for Jose Aldo. We hear sounds. Jose is going to come in, but we're going to take a break. Hopefully he'll be here when we return. You didn't want to do this interview, right?
Você não quis fazer essa entrevista, né? Não tinha nada programado para fazer essa entrevista.
Confronto entre vocês dois?
Não.
He says that he disrespected him by not giving him his respect in the division. That without him, the division wouldn't be the way it is. Sorry for touching you, by the way. We okay?
Yes.
Okay. Be the way it is. Sorry for touching you, by the way. We okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Every day it seems, but I am like the elephant. I never forget.
Was that a stare to the camera? It's hard to tell with the glasses.
That was just to my buddy.
Do you love this?
Do I love it?
Yeah. You've been dreaming about a Conor McGregor, since Chael Sonnen, departed, right?
In the rankings right now, he's the number 2 pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
So
I don't make the rankings.
Right, but I'm asking you, pound for pound.
And he's going to fight him July 11th. Then you find out where everything falls out. That's the beauty of this whole thing.
But the beauty of this whole thing is also conversation, right? This is what sports fans do. Who's going to win? Who do you like?
Well,
pound for
you're right.
pound. So
You're
pound
right.
for pound. How do you respond to that?
After me, there will be one, the rightful one, the man who has made this division what it is.
Just a short time ago, Conor said that you had disrespected him, and that's why he sees you the way he sees you.
Ele falou que tempo atrás, o Conor falou que você desrespeitou ele e por isso que ele vê você do jeito que ele vê você.
Não vejo onde isso. Acho que nunca desrespeitei ninguém. Estou bem tranquilo quanto isso. Não vejo problema nenhum para mim.
I don't think so. I don't think it's a problem. I've never disrespected anyone, so I'm not sure what it is.
So what is it that he did that disrespected you that got you to dislike him?
This is not a therapy session.
Well, no, but you accused him.
I somehow find it ironic how Conor says, this is not a therapy session, yet it proceeds to look like one.
He did that disrespected you that got you to dislike him.
This is not a therapy session.
Well, no, but you accused him of starting this, right?
I said what I said. He spoke my name out of turn.
He spoke your name out of turn.
He should have kept his mouth shut. He should have given me my credit for what I have done for this division. I made this division. Without me, the division is nothing. Without me, he is prelim. He did not. Now I get him at every single opportunity. Until it culminates July 11th when I get him for real.
The division wouldn't be the way it is. Sorry for touching you, by the way. We okay?
Yes.
Okay.
You're bad. You're bad. You're bad.
But we're not about to fight, so can I shake your hand? Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. You stick around, White.
All right.
More in a second. There's a rule, right, that he can't touch you. Is that correct?
Tem uma regra que ele não pode encostar? Tá certo?
Não, não tem regra nenhuma. Acho que contato vai acontecer. Acho que isso faz parte. Mas eu senti que eu estou sendo desrespeitado. Aí sim muda.
But we're not about to fight, so can I shake your hand? Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. You stick around, White.
All right.
More in a second. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Take the gift cards. Take the gift cards. Take the gift card.
Yeah, because
You were an amazing trash talker in your day and still are to this day. But I feel, I don't label myself a trash talker. I label myself a truth talker. If I was to compare myself and yourself, all I would have to do is go to the numbers, because at the end of the day, the numbers do not lie. And McGregor holds every number in the game. It does not matter. Whoever shows up July 11th will be beaten. And it just so happens to be Chad Mini Mendes.
But Conor, this is Jose Aldo. He's ranked #1 in the world. Hasn't lost in 10 years, but this is his 5th world title fight that he has pulled out of. I think it's only right that they finally, essentially, are stripping him. I know that's not the right term, but they're making this for the interim championship. That's the right call, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. As has been stated before, the rib is simply bruised. So if you are pulling out with a bruised rib...
I am your opponent. What do you do?
Well, for me, there are many ways to attack a body. You can attack the knee is real quick. I can parry that, take that knee in. If it's a lazy low hand like that, I can take it down Bruce Lee style. I can hit the ribs. We know he has sore ribs as well. There are many ways I can win this fight. There are many ways I can inflict pain on my opponent and put him away. There are many ways I can inflict pain on my opponent and put him away.
There are many ways I can inflict pain on my opponent and put him away.
How will Aldo try to attack Conor? Okay, well, Aldo's a very fast guy, and these guys have been wanting to get at each other. The big question is, can Aldo even get to Conor McGregor? Somebody that's got the foot. Question is, can Aldo even get to Conor McGregor? Somebody that's got the footwork of Conor. The awkward styles constantly is changing between an orthodox and a southpaw stance. So, footwork of Conor. The awkward styles constantly is changing between an orthodox and a southpaw stance. So, if Aldo can come out here and try to engage with...
He still has a lot more growth to be had. And the difference between him and the rest of the world is that he has to do it all on display for everybody to watch. The failures, the shortcomings, the embarrassments. You have to take all that on in order to continue to evolve and move forward. And if you don't, it's gonna keep getting harder and you're not gonna get better.
Look at the things it says around here. Look at this. Focus on the hard times ahead with thoughts of those who came before you. Focus on the mission ahead with thoughts of your role as a leader in your community. Focus on the obligations of your family. Hey, champion! With thoughts of their needs first. I'm coming across mad stuff in this church, eh? Just like things like just things on the walls and things everywhere. Look at this, listen to this one. Walk in a manner worthy of the calling with which you have been called. Peace, power, respect, dignity, love.
What you see is what you get with Conor. There's no filter at all. It's what makes people love him. When he does something wrong, you know, he gets the backlash from a butt. You can't change that, you can't separate the two. He is all in on everything he does.
I just had the trippiest bleeding buzz of my life in there with that reverend. Never experienced anything like that in my life, like. It's just a mad buzz being around people that talk that way.
Yeah.
And just think that way and think that way out loud. And constantly push to think that way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Selfless and all.
Yeah.
And you remember you were saying how bad this was going to be? Look how good it is now.
Yeah.
I'm just a lawyer the way they put me.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite interesting.
It was a knife in the heart when you started to hear the Irish fans in particular lose faith in you, lose that trust in you, because they propped you up, right? You meant so much to them. Do you feel like
the support of the people means a lot to me? You know, I do this to entertain the people. You know, this is for my fans and my people who believe in me, and not so much anything that's gonna, just my lack of commitment. I think the people who believe in me and support me, they deserve better, and I wish to give them that, and I will, and I am. I know, like you said, people can see that I'm putting in the work, and I'm putting in the focused work, and that's why we're all in good spirits.
Do you feel like they are back on your bandwagon, or do you think you have to do something on January 18th?
No, I don't really pay, you know, that's bandwagon, man. If there's even a thought of that, well, then they're not really with me anyway, right? So, look, I've got my team, my people. I know who's with me and I know who's not, and that's, you know, I'll say a prayer for those who curse me and try and bring harm to me, and move on and stay focused on the positive aspects of my life. And there are many, many great things in my life, and that's it. And you know, ignorance is bliss, they say, right? So that's helped me a lot, and I've got blinkers on, right? I'm just focused. Nothing can infiltrate my internal thoughts, you know, no external. It's like a lot of the narratives, Ariel, that people say, and it's a crazy game, right? You know,
Conor, I know the media has a ton of questions for you, so I just want to ask you, what do you think of this turnout?
Yeah, fuck the Diaz brothers, yeah? Fuck those cockroaches!
Okay, fair enough. Let's go to the media, guys. Who has the first question?
Conor, after everything that happened yesterday, the reaction that's happened online since, surely this fight is now 2 or 3 times bigger than it had ever planned before. 2 or 3 times bigger than it had ever planned before.
Yeah, it's a big fight. It always was. We came here ready for war. Not ready to throw little bitch bottles and go running. We're here ready to fight, so let's go.
Guys, raise your hand.
Hey, Conor, after the press conference yesterday, did you speak with Dana White, and if so, what was said?
No, I just got the fuck out of there and just kept my head down and went running, that's it.
As this is your last media obligations, do you have a final message? As this is your last media obligations, do you have a final message for Nate Diaz?
Listen, it's that fairy tale he's had to having is coming to an end. So all his little fans giving him this invincible feeling that he can't be knocked out. He can be knocked out, and he will be knocked out.
Conor,
Hey, Conor, it's Karen. I have a question for you about this fight in terms of your legacy. Obviously, the last fight with Nate is not...
My legacy's set in stone. My legacy was set in stone when Jose crumbled in 13 seconds. This is just something else outside of this. This is just a straight fight. So I'm happy with that, because that's what I came in for. I came in here for a straight fight.
That answers my question.
Conor, Dana is now saying that after this is over, both of you should be punished for what happened yesterday, that a kid might have gotten hit with a bottle.
Like I said, I was in fear of my life yesterday. Bottles were coming flying. I was ducking. It was just self-defense on my part. So I don't know. I was afraid for my life.
Conor, people criticize Team Diaz for leaving the press conference. Just over here, what do you think from a professional standpoint?
Like I said, fuck Team Diaz. And if you're down with Team Diaz, then fuck you too.
And it's all over! Just like that, Charlie Ward! He was cut, he was hurt, and man, he uncorked a shot that dropped Redmond. Seconds left to go in the round. And look who's in to celebrate with him. The notorious one.
Wow, Conor McGregor trying to go at the referee. I don't know what's going on here.
Who's the bodyguard now?
But Conor McGregor going after the ref. I didn't see any problem with that stoppage. I don't know what he's upset about. But all of a sudden, Conor McGregor going after the referee.
What the fuck, fucking pussies?
Dude, what the fuck? Hey, what the fuck?
Oh, shit.
What the fuck?
You alright, Mike? She's cut.
Who are these guys? What the fuck is wrong with him?
Whoa. Smash the windows!
That's why. Oh yeah, fucking Jesus Christ!
Dude, what the fuck?
Conor McGregor's team attacked our bus. They threw a chair through our window of our bus, and we're stuck at the Barclay Arena. Mike Chiesa's cut really bad.
Did he throw that?
Yes.
Conor, fucking throw this.
We didn't. Okay, thanks. Okay. Rosie, okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Carolina, okay?
Everybody can exit the bus. We're going to go in a nearby locker room. Guys, come on down.
Just tell me where, and that's it. Why you need to come here? Show up like you wanna fight or something like this. Send me a message, hey, come here, this place, and that's it. Without security, without UFC, without nothing. Just send me a message, let me know where, and that's it. And with what time. Let me know, and that's it.
He's going to jail. He's going to jail. Police are looking.
He need to go Russia.
They're all being arrested.
This is not what our sports
So I brought another bus to take you guys back, so you guys can go fucking chill at your hotel room, okay?
And then I'll take you, get everybody out of here.
Everybody on the bus, so you guys.
Oh, UFC star Conor McGregor now under arrest this morning after he was caught right there on video breaking out the windows of a rival fighter's bus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Turned himself in to New York police late last night on assault charges. That's because at least 2 fighters inside the bus were hurt.
Wow.
And the shenanigans forced the removal of 3 fights from what would have been the UFC's biggest card of the year. The fight scheduled for tomorrow.
Conor, why'd you do it? Conor, you have an anger problem. Conor, you're letting down your fans. Absolutely nobody.
And hurt one of our employees, broke one of our employees' knuckles, and other injuries, and obviously everybody's shaken up when 30 thugs storm these guys are all cutting weight and getting ready for a fight. This is the most disgusting thing that has ever happened in the history of the company. And there is a warrant out for Conor McGregor's arrest, and they're looking for him right now. His plane cannot take off. He cannot leave the state of New York with this warrant. They'll be grounded, and I'm assuming eventually, if they don't catch him, he'll turn himself in. You can imagine he's going to be sued beyond belief, and this was a real bad career move for him. Listen, you don't like Khabib and you don't like what happened or whatever, then fight Khabib. You can come in here and you can do it legally. Shit, this fight's happening Saturday. We could have talked and made the Khabib fight right after. You could do whatever you wanted to Khabib within the limits of the rules of fighting. But you want to grab 30 fucking friends and come down here and do what you did today? It's disgusting. And I don't think anybody is going to be, huge Conor McGregor fans after this.
You know him in a way that a lot of people don't. What do you make of this?
I don't know. I don't know if he's on drugs or what his deal is, but to come and do this and act like this, and you're talking about a guy who has a baby. He just had a kid. This is how you're acting? You have a son at home. Anyway, this is just over the top. Makes me feel like something's wrong. He was offended yesterday that I said that, but I agree with you. Yes, this is a guy who's acting like things aren't right.
Welp, I guess it's time for another Hollywood-style rehab. Abused, emotionally unstable, mind control slaves. Welcome to the industry.
He's forced out of the contest because he can't continue.
How would you versus Jesus in the octagon? How would he fare?
Me versus Jesus in the octagon.
Welcome to TMZ.
How would me versus Jesus in the octagon? I tell you what, there's not a man alive that can beat me. But Jesus ain't alive, is he? So I don't know. Maybe he could come back from the dead. I don't know. I'd still whoop his ass.
I definitely have my eyes on that 155-pound division. There's pros and cons to it. There's pros and cons to up and down. I believe they're a lot slower in the 155-pound division. And I feel confident going in against any man. Any man, as Chael P said, any man God made. You know what I mean? And not only that, I'll whoop God as well. You know what I mean? So.
A few weeks ago, Conor said something about Jesus, that he would be able to defeat Jesus inside the octagon. And in Brazil, everybody knows that you are a really religious guy. How was that for you?
Yeah, I think when a guy say something like that, he has no respect for anybody, and I'm just a single tool in Jesus' hand. And on March 5th, he will feel what a single tool in Jesus' hand can do with him.
Me and Jesus are cool. I'm cool with all the gods. Gods recognize gods. I'd like to thank Jesus for this momentous occasion. Without the Lord, where are we going? Without the Lord, this would not be. This would not happen. You know what I'm saying? So I'd like to thank Jesus. Number one, my buddy. What level? Lovey Casino. Lovey. Jesus, and I'm barely low. Ha 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 ha. Jesus, I love you. Every time he walks off, yeah?
Right call too. But he was
definitely was the right call. He headbutted the floor.
Nelson's pissed.
Thanks, Jesus. Always thanks, Jesus.
Mark Hunt does?
Yeah. Watch straight away. First thing it says.
Thanks
very much. Look, I just want to give thanks to my Lord and Savior Jesus.
I didn't think you were gonna say it for a second.
Jesus loves knockouts.
Big right uppercuts, Jesus love. Jesus is going nuts up there, yeah? Yes!
What's up, man? I'm from TMZ.
What's up, bud? How are you,
Good
bud?
to see you,
All right,
buddy.
good to see you.
Hey, so you think your opponents are running scared? This is the second time in a row now this has happened.
What do you think?
I think so.
Yeah, well, there you go. So do I.
You called him a cholo in there. So that's kind of racially motivated. Did you mean to say it like that?
Mate, shut the fuck up and get away from me. You're remember that Jesus shit you brought up?
Yeah.
It's such a stupid question, man. What?
It's a question people want to know, man.
You're an idiot.
No, man, you can't sit out here at this range and play with McGregor.
Oh, that leg's beat up, man. Dustin Poirier.
Oh, big left from Poirier, now a right hand. Oh, he's hurt. He's got to go back to the count. Oh, big left and now a right.
Bad.
Oh, my God.
Dustin Poirier.
He said that he believes that one of the kicks that he checked is what broke your leg.
There was no check. There was not one of them I checked. Your wife is in me DMs, hey baby, hit me back up, I'll chat to you later on. We'll be at the after party, the Win nightclub, baby. You looking bitch, you little Kim.
Conor, you missed with a punch and stepped back. Tell us what you felt, tell us what you thought was going on.
Just the thing had separated and my blade landed on the wonky leg like Anderson Silva that time. Something similar to that, it's a f***ing mad out business.
Jesus, I love you.
Listen, it was a wild fight for as long as it lasted. I'm sure you'll be back, and I'm sure you're going to want Dustin again, and I'm sure he'll oblige you.
Last question. Of course, you weren't in Florida. Bit of a controversial moment, Yoel Romero, and I know this is a very positive thing. I'm not trying to rain on that parade. Quite frankly, I don't feel like it was as controversial as some may think, but I just wanted to get your take on what happened.
No, it wasn't controversial at all, but the reality is this. You just won the biggest fight of your career, you know? America doesn't want to hear your thoughts on Jesus, and, you know, keep that stuff at home. Religion, politics, all that stuff. When you're out there fighting and you're being interviewed, they want to hear about the fight. It's awesome that you love Jesus. Love Jesus all you want. Just don't have to do it publicly.
You don't think he said what a lot of people thought he said, right?
I know he didn't say that. I know he didn't say it. Everybody knows he didn't say that. Yeah, I mean, people react to everything. But if you would just keep that stuff, you know, talk about your fight. You know, people don't want to be preached to.
Dana White, you're disgraceful. How do you know what people want? Stay away from this filth. The scriptures say, "Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. Every knee shall bow, and every tongue shall confess that Jesus Christ is Lord." So, good luck on Judgment Day, coach. You are ashamed of Jesus Christ, therefore he will be ashamed of you.
Sube Javier Milei al escenario. Acaba de terminar el show, sube Javier Milei a saludar.
The woman he just kissed, it's actually insane how he kissed her the way he did in front of cameras. The woman is his girlfriend, Argentinian actress Fatima Flores. Fatima. Where have I heard this name before? Oh yeah, that's right. Our Lady Fatima, a Roman Catholic name for Mary. Babylonian goddess Semiramis, you know?
President of Argentina, who gave the World Economic Forum a lot more than they were bargaining for when he addressed their conference at Davos. South America's answer to Donald Trump, he gave it to Klaus Schwab and his henchmen with both barrels. He told them that the West was abandoning freedom for socialism, which he warned only ever produces poverty and piles of corpses. Then he slammed radical feminism for its gender quotas. He slammed the environmental movement for demonising human beings. He slammed universities and media for promoting social justice, which he told them typically ends with injustice. And then he concluded by telling them he had come to invite the Western world to return to freedom, economic prosperity, and limited government. Have a listen to how he concluded.
Do not be intimidated either by the political class or by parasites who live off the state. Do not surrender to a political class that only wants to stay in power and retain its privileges. Do not surrender to the advance of the state. The state is not the solution. The state is the problem itself. You are the true protagonists of this story. And rest assured that as from today, Argentina is your staunch, unconditional ally. Thank you very much, and long live freedom. Damn it.
Long live freedom. Damn it. Liz, could this guy get any better? And Klaus Schwab, he must have been squirming in his seat.
Absolutely. Millet literally climbed into the belly of the beast. Just to implode. There was a lot of people disappointed that Millet was going to the WEF at all. It was like, why is this guy visiting Davos? This is exactly why he did it. He did a Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes, but WEF version. This guy lectured them on the wonders of capitalism and how can you oppose it when it's dug so many millions out of poverty. He lectured them on the core values of libertarianism. Every single one of those core values, of course, is something that the WEF vehemently opposes. This guy couldn't get any cooler, and they keep trying to denounce him across the world as saying, oh, he's a Trump-like figure, unless you've been living under a rock for the most recent few weeks. That's a compliment. The guy's winning. He's on top. Absolutely loved this.
Did you know that Javier Milei, as these idiotic newscasters said, the man who literally climbed into the belly of the beast? I wonder who writes those scripts. You ever wonder that as well? Anyways, did you know that Milei is a pervert? He was a tantric sex coach teacher or something like that before becoming Argentina's president. You don't know what it is? Oh, no problem. Because it seems that Milei likes to explain his sick and twisted bed games in greater detail.
¿El sexo tántrico seguís por ahí? Porque te escuché una vez que habló del sexo. ¿Practicás?
Sí, claro, fui profesor. Pasa que hay tres tipos de sexo tántrico. Hay blanco, negro y rojo.
Una definición de cada uno de ellos.
El blanco es esencialmente espiritual. Es el más conocido, el más que se ve más, digamos, o sea, hay más conocimiento, que si bien hay penetración, el eje central está, digamos, en la cuestión espiritual, en las miradas. De hecho, las posiciones que se adoptan son para maximizar la cuestión espiritual. El negro, digamos, tiene que ver con lo físico, es súper intenso, con muchísima intensidad. Tiene que ver con lo terrenal y es muy intenso. El rojo es algo muy malo. Cuando vos lo ves como un espectador, es igual que el negro, pero la diferencia es el rol con el cual vos entrás a la relación, que es desde una relación sexual ejercer dominio sobre la otra persona.
Milei, who is single and has never married, proudly says he used to be an instructor of tantric sex, a slow meditative form of intercourse based on Eastern philosophies, where the end goal is not orgasm but enjoyment of the process, and could go on full 3 months without ejaculating. Oh man, that's crazy. He's also talked openly about having threesomes. Yeah, why not? Why not, right? President of Argentina? Not president, I meant to say pervert of Argentina. And his girl Fatima uploaded this picture on Instagram of this wet bed and what looks to be like a man's hand on it as well. So many people speculated that this is in fact Milei's hand. Later on news articles they tried to disprove that this wasn't anything sexual, that it was just a spilled coffee, but it's very suspicious because she immediately deleted the post after uploading. And knowing that both of these people are complete freaks, I don't buy the story. Alright, so let me read this paragraph real quick. Technically speaking, those 5 dogs are not traditional offspring of my animal. They are genetic copies of Mr. Milei's former dog, also named Conan, and were created in a laboratory in upstate New York. So he just admitted that he cloned his 5 dogs.
You well know that you do not need an invitation to come to your beloved Argentina. Reads the letter from the newly elected president of Argentina to Pope Francis. Javier Milei has formally invited the Pope to visit his homeland. In November 2023, the Pope called Milei after he was elected president. In it, Pope Francis gave him words of encouragement for his term in office. After the call, the presidential cabinet issued a statement sending a message to the Pope, saying, quote, "We look forward to your visit soon."
Also breaking this morning, Pope Francis says the Catholic Church will allow priests to bless same-sex couples. Lauren Green has the story from our New York City newsroom. Good morning, Lauren.
Hey, good morning, Dana. Well, you know, it's called Declaration Fiducia Supplicans. It's basically how Pope Francis is reconciling the Church's doctrine on marriage, which the Church still recognizes is only between a man and a woman, with being caring and loving to people in same-sex relationships. Pope Francis has approved allowing priests to bless same-sex couples, saying that people should not be, quote, subject to, quote, exhaustive moral analysis in order to receive the blessing. Now, the directive is in response to questions submitted by German cardinals regarding the blessings of same-sex couples and people who are in what the Church considers irregular relationships. During its recent synod meetings in Rome in October, it was the subject of intense debates and discussion, but the document makes clear that the Church is not calling it the sacrament of marriage, saying in part, therefore, rites and prayers that could create confusion between what constitutes marriage, which is the exclusive, stable, and dissoluble union between a man and a woman naturally open to the generation of children, and what contradicts it are inadmissible. Now, the document also lays out specifics of what it is to bless the unions, but the bottom line is the Pope is hoping the change will help people increase their trust in God. Dana?
All right, Lauren.
I can't even believe I'm in the entertainment industry. I can't. You know, it's so unlikely. I'm from a small town in Indiana. I'm not a pedophile. You know, I don't know if that's a new category here.
Don't speak too soon. You might just get your chance. You know, Hollywood is not the only place for acting. And if you're not that good of an actor, they will find you some other place to shine. Just like this Greg Lockey guy. Anyways, look at all the effort he makes to swing those hands, man. It's what I would categorize as a carnival preacher.
Worth bringing the whole house down even on your own head. I said there's some fights bringing down the whole house it's worth dying for, ladies and gentlemen. You know, sometimes we say, oh my goodness, that singer brought the house down. That band brought the house down. That motivational speaker, that pastor, he brought the house down. We say that. Let me tell you something. Well, God brought the house down right here. God, I said, brought the house down. He exposed all of those Philistine devils for the demons that they were. And the whole tyrannical kit and caboodle came down at one time because Samson was willing to stand, was willing to live, was willing to push, and was willing to die. And he accomplished more in his death than he even did in his life. And you better know something, and this is where the getting gets good. I won't be long, but I will be direct. God is positioning you. God is positioning me. God is positioning this church. God is positioning every remnant church in this nation. Every church that stayed open, every church that reopened, every born-again, blood-bought, Bible-believing, courageous pastor with a spine that stood up and said, we don't care what the government says. We do not have any concern for what the news media has to say. I promise you, some of these pastors that pretend to be spiritual, that have been the first ones to put Jews on a boxcar and claim Romans 13 the whole time. CBS said, well, do you think there's a divide between moderate pastors and conservative pastors? I said, absolutely not. There's a divide between courageous pastors and cowardly pastors. That's what the divide is. So I'm going to tell you what's happening right now. They're going to love this, but it's the truth. God is positioning some Samsons. And God's about to bring the whole house down, ladies and gentlemen. These bunch of sex trafficking mongrels are about to be exposed. These bunch of pedophiles in Hollywood are going to be exposed for who they are. I don't care what you think about fraudulent Sleepy Joe. He's a sex trafficking, demon-possessed mongrel. He's of the left. He ain't no better than the Pope and Oprah Winfrey and Tom Hanks and the rest of that wicked crowd. God is going to bring the whole house down. I said he's going to bring the whole house down. He's going to burn the whole thing to the ground. He's going to expose all these bunch of pedophiles. I'm telling you, he's going to expose Kamala Harris for the Jezebel demon that she is.
And last but not least, something that I learned about the movie Leave the World Behind. Did you know that Obama was heavily involved in that film? He was so involved that he became co-producer of the film. Now, why would Obama be involved in some crappy movie to the point where he even gave notes on what the script should be? Well, let me show you.
The word producer means so many different things.
Sure.
You know, it could mean, I threw money at the project. It could mean I'm famous and just want to put my name on it. Or it could mean I'm going to be on set and I want to be actively involved. When your producers are Barack and Michelle Obama, do you have access to just if you have a legit question? Because honestly, when it comes to how to handle this sort of situation, a president would be a great source. Do you have the ability to pick up the phone and say, listen, I do have legit questions to ask you about this movie?
Look, I can't text him in the middle of the night if that's what you're asking, but...
just because he's sleeping.
But here's the thing. He's a huge movie lover. Huge. And I didn't quite know how in-depth his movie knowledge was until I started talking to him. And he's a huge fan of the book, and he really was committed to making this into a great movie. And he was giving me notes at the script stage, multiple drafts, including, post rough cuts. He was really involved, and look, it's kind of a surreal, because I do think he is one of the most brilliant minds on the planet, and to get his insight on this, and it wasn't just, the disaster element stuff, it was the characters, it was theme, it was a highlight of my career.
What was the coolest geek out session you had with him? Not about this movie, but just as two movie fans talking about film.
I mean, I think, there were moments where obviously we just would, talk about our shows, our favorite movies, or et cetera. And just to hear him talk about his love for films and the fact that it's kind of a deep roster. It's not just like the blockbusters that came out this year. I mean,
what are you doing?
Well, I couldn't sleep. And it has been such a hellish year for us, as you know. And I just seem to be working every day without even realizing it. And you are just constantly anxious about your job because of all the budget cuts.
3 subliminal sixes. 6, 6, 6. In the first few minutes of the movie. The spiritual warfare is waging every day, and each time it's getting more obvious, but the wicked get blinder and blinder. And with this in mind, I will wrap my video.
This young man right here. I'm going to let him use my special mic. Hey, this is a big guy. Don't go, oh, come on, man. I mean, this is a... All right, what's your name?
Terrence Scott. Huh? Terrence Scott.
Terrence Scott. What do you have to say?
I have to say why people hate you and why they supposed to love you, and God is love, and
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, come on, hey. That's what I'm talking about, Terrence. Well, now, first of all, I did get elected president, so not everybody hates me now. I don't want you to. I got a whole lot of votes. I want to make sure everybody understands. And then sometimes, as I said before, people just, I think they're worried about their own lives. A lot of people are losing their jobs right now. A lot of people are losing their health care, or they've lost their homes to foreclosure, and they're feeling frustrated. And when you're president of the United States, you got to deal with all of that. That's exactly right. And you get some of the credit when things go good, and when things are going tough, then you're going to get some of the blame, and that's part of the job.
My big movie to my career, the Tyson, Mike Tyson. There's scenes where, famously, Mike Tyson always kissed Kevin Rooney straight on the lips.
What?
What do you mean, what?
I didn't know that.
Yes, he always did. It was part.
Didn't know that.
That was part of, it was part of the movie. First time where I'm supposed to kiss Clark Gregg, who played Kevin Rooney, because Mike Tyson used to do that. I was like, I remember when that scene came up, and I was like, here we go. I'm not doing that, bro. And then Uli Adel, the director, said, Mike, it's okay. You'll do a hug. I was like, thank you. Because I thought, here's my the biggest role of my life. We're going to go head to head with I Gotta Kiss a Man thing, even though it was true.
Yeah, and we can run it back. We can run it back. Yeah. I don't really know. And there go Don King.
Family, so explain to these people who you are.
Explain
what you do.
Yeah. What I do. So I'm a therapist. I'm a coach. I'm an activist. I get paid to crack hearts and let light in. I help people shift the narratives. I help them change the story. I help them face their demons. I help them love themselves. I can do it with hugs. I can do it with a kick in the ass and a lot of spiritual enlightenment there.
Because I explained to them this is going to be very intense.
And once I got hip to that, things changed a little bit. And I always bring you into my consciousness because...
Yeah, I want you to tell them like a guy like me. Tell them who a guy like me is, who I really am behind all this stuff.
Behind all this stuff?
Yeah, let them know. Let them know who they
you're
work
gonna
for.
break down Mike Tyson.
Let them know who they work for.
Yeah, all right, I'll get down, man. You're a scared little boy sometimes.
How old were you, by the way, when you figured it out?
I was 12.
Wow. That's harsh.
What are you feeling, brother?
No, I just want you to
I'm going to
explain.
talk about it. Yeah,
exactly.
you just, because I don't tell you, we're going to get it. We're going to get it. I want to talk about trust.
Exactly.
Let's talk about trust. I've known Mike in a lot of different variations. And there was a time in life where Michael wasn't as happy and as accomplished and the vibrations in him now, and he wasn't being kind to his body. And we lived together. And we would go out and do things together. And Michael would say to me, my head screams to me when I walk into the restaurant, everyone's yelling this big fat boom, the N-word. And so Michael and I came up with the system that where we're at, a restaurant, movie, anywhere, he would tap me, and I would know that he was scared and overwhelmed. And I would say, Michael, I love you. And then we would touch heads in the African tradition. The baddest man on the planet had to learn how to ask for help.
Wow.
Mental health is about asking for help. I don't know, I'm scared. And that's why him and I are still friends together.
I'm fucked up now.
That's during the physical, when you were physically fucked up and
let me take
mentally fucked up?
I am so scared that I am so violent I can't control my violence because I'm scared. Does that make any sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
No, that makes sense to you. Me, Mike Tyson, I'm so fucking scared of everything.
Yeah, but I kind of
Only thing I know how to do is attack. I feel that way. Explain more. Explain more, please. Explain what we go through. People like us. Just explain our life.
Right. So he, you heard it. And, you know, Michael, you could pay him a compliment, he'd want to kill you for it. It's too painful sometimes to feel that intimacy, to feel that love, to feel that care. And just wants to be left alone. And what he just did, that we've had many versions of that, and he had to learn how not to run away and face that. Because he knows better than anybody. He's talked about it. The greatest enemy, the greatest fight he's ever had is his mind.
They don't believe that I hate myself.
Yeah.
They can never believe that I hate myself.
Right. I know. Because they think you're Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson's a name.
Yeah.
That's not who you really are.
A legend. Like, they see you from outside in. Even me, like,
we laugh at these guys when they say that, don't we?
I look at, like me looking at him from the outside, I see a successful man, a legend. I know he's been through a lot, but at the end of the day, I look at him like success is the reason why he's happy, but obviously
no way.
That's
The success is the reason why I tore my life apart. Well, listen, when that reality hit, I was a grown man, and I've known him. That's like 2004, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's when I first started working, trying to explain myself and trying to reprogram myself as a fucking human being. I was such I don't know, I was just a Neanderthal. It's in everything, having sex with strangers, because I have the power to do it. Go in a place, have anybody you want. I have the power to do it. I abuse, I get sick. Sometimes these bitches get me sick. I get them sick, and it's just a vicious cycle.
Oh, wow.
It's grateful that you didn't catch the monster or something, but it's just a vicious cycle. Your mind wants to kill you, but it's just happy with you being miserable.
Sacrifice.
And hope they have a nice girl. No, it's all about giving.
Oh.
That's what it's all about.
Loving yourself is becoming a great dad.
Yeah, exactly. Not cheating on my wife.
Right.
Not snorting cocaine and my prostitutes behind closed doors. I was one of those, I don't know, I'm one of those double life guys, 2 lives.
Living like a spy.
3 lives, 4 lives.
Yeah, too many lives. Depends on what kick I'm in now. Depends on what I want, what I want to take advantage of. It's just I can't even explain it or articulate it. It's just a really serious mind fuck. You know, not being able to control yourself like a instinctive animal. And it takes skills, and I was just very grateful and very lucky to have the opportunity to meet Brother Sino. There's no way I would have done it. I would have been dead by now. And that's just what it is.
When you look at a mirror, what do you see now? Like, obviously, we're superficially looking at you in one way. What do you see, like, right now? Because you're still, like, are you at the end game in your life right now?
No. I see a little boy that tricked the world to believe that he's the killer when he's really scared, little boy. So that's why I look in the mirror and see. I'm a great actor.
So, congrats if you made this far into the video. In the past few weeks I've been working on new designs for bookmarks, coasters and keychains. And I am currently saving up money on a new PC to speed up rendering. Because as some of you know, video editing can take a long time to process, especially if YouTube blocks the video and I have to re-render it again and again to avoid restrictions. And I've been making my videos with a 6-year-old laptop, believe it or not. I know it's not a very practical choice, but it worked for me at that time. But because new project files are getting bigger each time, I am planning on upgrading the system. And I know it's a bit off topic, but I just wanted to let you know that what I've got from you purchasing my wooden engravings, the money was put aside on new equipment. So I guess that'll be it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you have learned something new, and hopefully you will check out my Etsy page if you haven't before. And those of you who already have purchased my bookmarks and coasters or just directly donated to me, may God bless you for doing so. You are in my prayers, literally. I also plan on making custom Bible verses where I would cut the words out, paint them and make them into, I guess you could say, a wall decoration. But first I want to make a few of Bible verses myself to know how this whole process works, and if I decide to do it, I will make a separate video about it. Basically the idea is that you will be able to write your own words or Bible verses you like, and I will cut them out and make them specifically for you. So I guess that will be it, and I'll be seeing you a bit later, friends. Bye.